Okay, so I am back from vacation.
Yay!
It was a very nice vacation. I needed it, so I'm back, and you can see I'm here in my summer office.
I see.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
It looked cold, like really cold.
It was a little chilly, yes.
There was a lot of thick ice. Like
Yeah,
I,
it was Glacial Bay. So yeah,
I was like, oh, mm,
yeah. There was one day it was so cold that I actually the day before in Juneau bought an alpaca hat because I didn't have a really good hat anymore. And let me tell you something. The next day I used it, I was extraordinarily grateful. I paid $40 for an alpaca hat.
every penny.
And you're like, okay, that was money well spent.
That was money well spent. And I don't know, I had like a little spasm when they said $40 for a hat.
Yeah,
Well, what kind of hat?
alpaca.
And that was made out of a
An
pack.
alpaca top hat, an alpaca beret, an alpaca Sherlock Holmes cap,
You want
an
me to go
alpaca fedora.
get it?
What? Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk because I have a serious question. Where the hell did the giggle ball vaporize to? Okay, the giggle ball. All right, this is a dog toy. It is
Oh,
a
yeah.
hardish plastic, bright green, and it
yes,
makes
and
a,
big old,
it
yeah,
makes a weird noise when they bop it around. And
yes.
I had one dog terrified of it. Una loves it, so she was bopping it around the garage. So the first time it got lost, we found it behind the tub. Okay, that makes sense. Now it's gone. It's gone. It's large. Where
Yeah, they're
did
like
it
that
go?
big.
Yes, they're not small. They're the
No.
size of my head.
Yeah,
Okay, you ready?
yes.
It is so soft.
Yeah, it's alpaca. That does
Oh,
look very
okay.
toasty.
That does look very toasty. Hello. Who is jealous? What the hell?
No, his Mickey is apparently thinks that he can join us on the bench here.
Oh,
Did you just
Or
lick the
horror.
microphone?
She's like,
Okay.
yes,
So we
Okay.
actually have a topic, correct?
yes.
Okay, so sanitation. This has always been like one of my soapboxes. And I think the first time, and I think it was really driven home when I was learning how to groom through Petsco, all right? Because the instructor, which is Terry Tomlinson, it gave us all things that we had to clean, and not everybody was doing that. Oh, it was a little annoying, okay? But we did field trips to other shops, other Petco shops.
Okay.
And I remember in the parking lot of one of them, okay, I could smell the shop from the parking lot. It was bad. Walked in, and it was bad. Okay. Um, I believe then Terry had a word with the store manager over that. But the other incident was when I was just a pet first aid instructor, and I was just trying to get as many classes as I could under my belt. So I was like literally knocking on everybody's door, and I stopped in a shop and very proudly said NCMG Grimmer on the lettering on the window, and I walked in and my feet stuck to the floor. All right. So when I lifted my feet, you got the suction, that suction sound. All right.
Like that movie theater?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And her kids were playing in an empty crate that they should not. It was terrible. But she didn't need the first aid class because she knew it all. She was an NCMG.
By the way, I'm fully fine with kids playing in empty crates if they're clean.
Then it
Like,
was
lock them up.
no, I wouldn't have a problem with that either.
Over
I
the
mean-
years, because I've been doing 2019 is when I got my first aid certification. And I have been in numerous salons all over the Eastern Seaboard at this point. And I have seen things that make my toes curl. There have been a few times I have left a salon and my hair and my clothes, I'm driving home and all I can smell is urine, because just being there in the salon, it like soaks into the fabric, and I am driving home on the highway for hours, and it's just, I've got all the windows down because I have such a headache.
And I think part of the problem is that, you know what, you can become nose blind to how something smells.
Yeah.
And you may
Yeah.
not even notice just how bad your facility smells. But you know who can tell how bad your facility smells?
The customers?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was saying that one of the places that she worked at used to have cage banks,
Mm-hmm.
and she would have to go in because she only worked there part-time. She worked at another salon part-time, and she would have to go in early to clean out the crystallized urine in the cage banks. And I had to do the exact, I'd go to work 2 hours early when I worked at this one salon, specifically to clean out those trays because they were filled with crystallized urine.
all right. So let's talk about ways to keep your place clean. But first of all, in the event that you may think that your salon is fine, but again, you know that whole nose blind thing. For a long time, my husband worked for the New York City Transit Authority, and for a long time, he couldn't smell gas or diesel.
Yeah, because he smelled it all the time.
Yeah. So if there was like gas spilt in the garage, he would never know it because he couldn't smell it anymore.
Oh, that's scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was not nose blind to gas or diesel or anything of that nature, and I picked it up immediately. So the suggestion is to hire someone if you don't like it. You know what? That's fine. I literally would have clients do the sniff test for me, and I would tell them, I'm nose blind. I can't smell this stuff anymore. Stick your head in my van and tell me what it smells like. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be the ultimate test. And I would have clients who would just do that anyway. They go, I love how it smells in here. And I'm like, you're just checking. That's fine by me.
Now, and I have a question, and this is a semi devil's advocate question, because a lot of places, especially if there's boarding or daycare, a lot of places do we make up our fresh mop bucket in the morning, and if we're lucky, we get a fresh mop bucket in the afternoon. But
That's the problem, right?
But tell me what the solution to that is
Okay.
if you're having a boarding or a daycare situation.
All right. The problem right there is the mop in the bucket, because what the mop in the bucket does is it spreads the urine equally throughout the entire floor.
Okay.
That's what that does. What you need is a mop with a removable pad, and they're cheap. You can get it, and what you do is you put the like 256 kennel salt, whatever your quat is, in the squirty thing, because you can fill your own. You put the removable pad on there. You take paper towels, pick up the pee or the feces, whatever it is, put that in a poop bag. Then you mop the floor with the cleaner and take the removable pad off and throw it in the laundry.
Or like a stick mop.
That's
Like
yeah.
just with an old towel, you know, those mops
Right.
that just look
One
like a
of those
giant
is
T.
just fine. Yeah.
Okay.
One of those is just fine. But the mop in the bucket, all it does is it spreads the pee all
Okay.
over the floor. When we moved into our salon, it was a vet hospital for 20 years prior. They used a mop and bucket. It took us 17 hours on our hands and knees to scrub out the smell and the filth that was in the textured floor of that, what was previously a vet hospital.
Because I think part of the problem is that has become industry standard. So people think they're doing a good job because they change that bucket 2-3 times a day and they think they're on top of it and they put enough bleach in there.
Nope. And then after you use the 256, use a bleach wipe. It's like a wipey. You get it in like, and I don't mean the Clorox disinfecting wipes. That's
No, you
not
mean
what I
the giant ones you get at like Home Depot,
I mean
like the
bleach
industrial.
wipes.
Yeah.
And take one of those, and if there is feces or there is urine, after you have cleaned it up, you go over it, the entire area with a bleach wipe, because the bleach will kill anything like giardia, whatever it is that's in that excrement. And then all of that gets put outside. Do not put poo and poo bags in your trash. Don't do that. No.
That's the outside trash.
That's outside trash. You put the poo, get a little, you don't even have to have a huge trash can. You get a little, we have one, it's this big, literally this big. And the bag gets changed every day. As soon as somebody leaves, they grab the bag and they take it. And in the morning, the first thing somebody does is they put a new bag in the little, and it's got a little step on it. So you don't have to lift it. You just step on the thing, tiny little trash can, and you put the poos in there. And the paper towels go in the bag. So no mop and bucket. No mop and bucket. Removable pad or a towel or whatever. No mop and bucket, because all you do is spread the pee around.
Okay, so since you're the sanitation expert, I'm going to throw some things at you and you're going to either tell me if it's acceptable, could be worse. God, please don't do this. Okay. So if you're in said facility and you have a fair amount of towels and you're just doing laundry constantly and you don't want to reuse towels on dogs, right? You one dog, one clean towel. You don't. That's what I'm saying.
You don't, period.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to one clean towel, one dog. Now, that towel that just toweled off the clean dog, could you use that to mop?
No.
To clean up that pee and then put it in?
No.
Okay.
Your pee towels and your dog towels would be completely different towels. Would you want to dry your body with a towel someone urinated on?
Probably not.
Right.
Probably not.
So no, those are completely separate towels. I have rags.
I'm asking these questions because I know anyway. Yeah.
So I have color-coded
other
rags.
people know.
My cleaning rags are blue. At no time will another color rag, so there's orange rags, those are for dogs' faces. There are green rags, those are for cat faces. And there are yellow rags, those are for cleaning in the cat and bunny room. At no time, and the white ones are drool rags. So
I'm sorry.
That's adorable. So many giants that they drool.
Okay. Oh, they do.
And I need a rag to be able to wipe their face with and wipe that drool off because drool. So if there's something that needs to be cleaned, it gets cleaned with a blue rag every single time. Every single time. Or unless it's in the cat bunny room, then it gets cleaned with a yellow rag.
Okay.
So no, any urine soaked No, just no, that should not go on a pet.
All right. My question is, let's say you realize that maybe you've been nose blind and that now you have to step up your cleaning protocols.
Okay.
Right? Where would you start and how would you start introducing new protocols? Now, I remember when I was learning, part of the problem was is that I would do what I was asked to do. I would make sure the kennels I used were clean. Okay. But the other, not everybody there was on the same page.
Right. So first thing you need is you need an employee handbook. And you need to detail the jobs of everyone that works in your salon.
So you're saying pull off the Band-Aid. Don't try to ease them into new cleaning
No.
routines. Just
No,
this
this
is the
is what we
way.
do. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
And you are going to have to pay everyone. You close the salon for one day, or you're doing it on a day that you're not working anyway. And this is what we're going to do. You get a giant thing of bleach. You get some Dawn dish detergent. This is where Dawn belongs in a salon, by the way. And yes, I straight up said that. And you get a few buckets, go to the dollar store and get some gloves and get some nylon bristle brushes.
2 words, 1 finger.
Yeah.
I have a button for that now. She said that.
I did.
What did I miss?
So nothing. So you get on your hands and your knees and you scrub that floor with bleach, Dawn, and hot water. And you scrub it until it is clean. And you scrub the edges of the baseboard. Scrub it. Clean it. Don't mask the smell. Clean it.
I've worked in salons and no, I'm not going to say that out loud just yet. But I've worked in salons where the bathing bunkers were concrete.
Sure. You can scrub that with bleach, Dawn, and water.
Yeah, but concrete's absorbent.
Yes,
And
it is.
I only had so many allowable on the clock hours. I didn't think I was capable of just little old me combating a decade of soaked in urine in concrete.
Okay. So here's the thing. This needs to be a team project. This should not be on one person to rectify years of neglect. This has to be a team. Like I said, it took us, 2 of us, 17 hours to clean the floors before I would move anything into the salon that we were creating.
There was a reason I left that salon. That's adorable that you think anyone else would give a flying.
No. They don't have to give a flying anything. The owner of that salon has to require it. I assure you, in my employee manual, there is a detailed list of requirements for my employees. And guess what? They are done every single day because it is required. And for the employees that felt that it didn't apply to them, I sent them their check. It's that simple. And yes, that is my hill I will die on. You will clean, and it will be as clean as I require it to be, or I don't need you. I don't care how good of a cleaner you are.
Okay, what if you're battling again, years that this has not been done correctly?
You can get a commercial cleaner to come in, and you are going to pay out the bum. But they will come in and they will clean and they will start you off, and then you can start your new protocols. You want to do it that way. However, truly, I feel that in order for an employee, for this to make an impact, so they don't just hire somebody else to do it, that they need to be the one doing the work. That's how I feel, because my people do the work every single day. And my salon doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't smell like cleaner. Doesn't smell like pee. People walk in all the time and they're like, it never smells like anything in here, but occasionally it smells like shampoo.
I had one at one corporate salon I worked at. I had one store manager who tell us that the district that we needed to clean with bleach. The district manager liked bleach. She said bleach smells clean. So we cleaned with bleach, and she walked into the salon and went, "Why the hell does it reek of bleach in here?" I'm like,
Bleach does have its place when there is feces or there is urine or you're cleaning shampoo bottles or something like that. Bleach has a place. However, for the most part, it would be like quartz.
yeah. Yeah.
And you have to keep in mind that some people have a bleach sensitivity, and that bleach sensitivity can show up as anaphylaxis. So you cannot require all people to use bleach because some people may have a sensitivity to it. My assistant has a sensitivity to bleach, so she can't use it.
I'm actually sensitive to a lot of the strong cleaner smells. When I worked in corporate salon, well, the first corporate salon I worked at,
Hey, Debbie.
they're supposed to mix quartz in a certain ratio. There's a dilution ratio.
All right,
But
and
they,
I just Googled cost of deep cleaning. And for a house, it ranges anywhere, depending on the square footage, from $115 to $400.
Yep. Yeah, you will probably spend like $500 to have your salon cleaned.
Yeah.
If you have a cleaner come in and deep clean it.
Yeah. But yeah, this one salon I worked at they're like, "Oh no, if that's not strong enough, it's got to be strong." I couldn't breathe because it was very strong quat. The lemon, the old lemon quat.
I have measuring cups with a carabiner.
It was like this color. They mixed it like this color.
Okay, making it stronger is not going to make it clean better. It is the dilution ratio for a reason. So I have the whatever mixing ratio it is, that measuring cup is attached to the bottle. And when a new bottle gets opened, it gets attached to the new bottle so that it's convenient, it's on hand, and no one has to wonder, what was the ratio again? It's literally, I went to the dollar store and I bought like 4 things of measuring cups. And all of the cleaners, because we change our cleaners up, we change them up midweek. So we'll go with like Chlorhex Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 256 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Kennel Sol, or you get the idea. So we change it up midweek, and we do that. So 1, nothing can become bacteria resistant, but 2, because one of my business partner's mothers is a biologist, a microbiologist, and she works in a lab. She works like in a clean lab. So like she is looking for like the cure for Ebola and things, and like this is what this woman does. And so she's like, okay, because Pia told her we're dealing with all this and she's like, these are your protocols. And she just said what they were, and we were like, yes, ma'am, check. And that's what they are because she said so, because she's a microbiologist that deals with a clean room. And she's like, no, because you can get really sick from a lot of these things. So you're just going to do this. And so we do that.
I laugh every time I'm in a doctor's office and they have the poster of the different bacterias, and I see Pseudomonas
Originosa.
Originosa, and I'm like, I know that. That's
Yeah.
bad.
That's what grows in shampoo bottles. If you
Uh-huh.
don't, if you leave diluted shampoo in there for more than 24 hours and you don't bleach your bottles.
Yeah.
So you can grow that if, okay, so say somebody, I was talking to a groomer and she said, well, I don't keep the diluted shampoo for more than 24 hours, but I'm still getting dogs that have skin issues. And I said, do you bleach your bottles? And she's like, no.
Mhm.
Okay, so the bacteria grows on the inside of the bottle. So even though the liquid has been dumped out of it, there is a very, very thin coating along the inside. And every day you're just pouring more into that and letting the bacteria flourish in the rest of the shampoo.
Mhm.
I said, how long has it been since you've done that? She said, I've never done that. And I said, how long have you had the shampoo bottles? And she said, a few years. So I helped her. I'm like, okay, you need to do 10% bleach for 10 minutes on every single bottle in your entire salon. And anytime it's empty, you need to do it again.
Mhm.
And so, yeah. So, and then she sent me a message. She's like, oh my God, I got it all squared away. And she was very happy.
Yeah. So tossing product. Right.
Yeah.
This is just my take on it. When you have diluted product, it is what? Pennies on the dollar in that bottle?
Yeah. See, I don't even dilute the shampoo in a bottle. I dilute it as I use it. So it's like, oh, we're doing this bath. I need X teaspoons, tablespoons.
Well, when you have a bathing system, that's even easier to use because then you just take the straight shampoo and you put it with the bathing system,
Mhm.
as opposed to having a mixing bottle and having to, okay, I'm doing this shampoo on this pet. Let's make this diluted bottle of shampoo. You
Yeah.
still have to then disinfect that dilution bottle.
Yes. Well, I froth or use a recirculator, but either way, pro tip here. So your squeezy bottles, instead of using the one with the cap at the top, use the condiment bottle. Oh,
Mhm.
your entire tub should be sanitized in
Yeah.
between every pet anyway. So you'd sanitize the system every time you clean your tub, which is in between every single pet, every
Yeah.
single day, every single time, without
Yeah.
fail. So, but for the shampoo bottles, use a condiment bottle because the top and the bottom comes off. And what you do is, because it squeezes out the bottom, you have that so it sits, so you're never tipping it over again into area that the shampoo has gone down through. So you're not, if there's bacteria up here, all you're doing is squeezing it out and the shampoo goes down. It never goes back up through any possible bacteria because it's sitting on where you're going to squeeze it out, because the shampoo comes out of here. You see?
I do. I'm just trying to imagine that in a house call situation and trying to transport that bottle without having a, oh, my car smells really good moment.
I don't think you can.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I don't think you can. What I would probably end up doing in that situation is just making really small bottles so that it was empty by the end of the day. And then just bleach out that bottle at the end of the day.
I use small dilution bottles. I fill I have my gallons
Mm-hmm.
in the car. I fill that condiment bottle and I use the condiment bottle to fill the dilution bottle.
There you go. That works too.
So the condiment bottle number 1, that's straight shampoo, is only straight shampoo.
Yeah.
The dilution bottle is the dilution, and that's the one that gets sanitized.
Yeah. But as for the tub, in between every pet, now what I do is we use Chlorhex, and you run Chlorhex through the recirculating system. One, it flushes out anything, skin cells, skin funk that may be in there. 2, it flushes the system. Like I sent pictures to Ashley Hanvey for her recirculator class. And one of my recirculators is 20 years old. One of them is 18 years old. And her response to my pictures, and I took like the covers off, I took the thing apart. And she said, "How new are these? And is this a new system?" And I said, "No, this one's 18 and that one's 20. And she's like, "What?" Because what they see at the Hanvey plant is recirculators that are covered, like loaded. The entire hose is filled with this soap scum and slime and skin. And she's like, "How can that be if you're..." And so I took a video of the recirculator, and inside the hose, they were all perfectly clean because they get cleaned through after every single pet, every single day, every time they're used. Yeah. She seems happy.
She's very happy about the new space. This is my, if you listen to the podcast, well, I know you do, Angie, but this is my problem child. And before now, it was live 90% of her life in the crate or risk cat death. Because she's fine until she's not. So now she gets a room mostly of her own. And she's very, very seldom in the crate now. Now she's...
Hi, Mindy.
Oh, hello. So yeah, now she's happy and shedding like a fiend. And has sharp elbows.
Well, she's shedding because she's white. White coat doesn't have a medulla.
Okay. I probably shouldn't do this on a live, but I'm sure these people never watch this, so I'll do this. So a few years ago, she was being babysat by friends of mine, and she was shedding a lot, and the person was trying to lecture me on coat care, and she's shedding too much, and I should give her coconut oil. And I'd been a professional groomer for over 10 years at this point, and I just was like, okay, tell me more. You're doing me a favor watching the dog, so I'm just going to go, okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it literally sheds out faster because it has no medulla. That's why white-coated dogs shed more.
Okay, so we are coming up on our half hour or past our half hour.
And we learned extra stuff.
So, Angie, do you have anything you want to wrap up sanitation with?
Yes. I know many groomers do love the mop and bucket, and the boarding in the daycare love the mop and bucket. Please turn it into a planter. Go on Amazon. Get a stick mop with a removable pad on the bottom and she found the giggle ball. She hid it so no one else could have it.
Okay.
And put your quat in that, and you will solve the problem. And remember, any fecal material, any urine, use a bleach wipey, and all poo and pee, paper towels, go in a poo bag and get stored outside.
Okay, so now next week, I won't be here again because I will be driving down to, because I got to catch an early flight the following Wednesday for the Teton show. I don't know if the rest of the ladies will be here or not.
I will be here.
Okay.
I will technically be here, but my flight leaves for the Teton at like 5 a.m. or something the following morning. So,
We'll make it real short.
okay. Okay, I'll try to be here.
Half an hour. It'd be like if Mary was here. So we won't run over into an
Not
hour.
like last week.
Yeah, we kind of we
We
went a
just
little
started
over,
talking.
a little bit.
Okay. All right. So we will see. Well, you'll see some of us next week.
Yes.
I
Thanks
looked
for
under
coming.
there. Bye, guys.